I'm going to be giving you 5 unhinged dating tips to get your life back together after a breakup. I'm making this video specifically because I have watched so many of these, like you watching this right now. I'm actually going through a breakup, and I've watched so many of these videos, and while they might be well-intentioned, a lot of the advice is kind of bullshit. It's like, okay, well, read books about relationships, meditate, clean your room, write in a journal. And while I think that's actually good advice, those are good things to do as you're healing from a breakup. The reality is you're in a lot of pain. At least me, I'm in a lot of pain, and I just want to feel better. I want to feel better. And a lot of that advice doesn't really line up with just my desire to alleviate the intense pain that I'm feeling. So the number one thing you want to do after a breakup is go get your hair cut. Go get a haircut, go get cleaned up. Haircut, shave with the warm towel and the straight razor. A lot of times, if you've been in a relationship of any length of time, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years longer, you kind of start to let yourself go, your appearance go, because you're with somebody who, at least ostensibly, will love you anyway. So a lot of times you start letting yourself go. Like when I was in my last relationship, I kind of just started cutting my own hair. I keep my hair pretty short, so it doesn't really matter, but I was just cutting my own hair just to save time and to save money because I was in a relationship, right? So I needed the money to take her out. So I started cutting my own hair, and while it was fine, I think when I got a professional haircut recently, I did feel a lot better about myself. So the number one thing that you do after a breakup, dry your eyes, get yourself together, get in the car and go get a nice haircut and a fresh like beard trim or a clean shave. The purpose of this is just to help you start feeling better. You're just in pain. It's going to feel better. The only thing that's really going to make you, at this point in your breakup arc, the only thing that's really going to help you the most is if your ex were to call you and say, hey, I made a huge mistake. I miss you. I love you. I want to come back. But we can't make that happen. We can't control when and if she will do that. The first thing that you can do is just start attending to yourself. And while I do want you to read books and journal and meditate and make your bed, the number one thing you do is go get a haircut. Second, on your way back from the barbershop, now you're feeling a little bit better. Even though you're probably still very sad about missing your ex, with a fresh haircut, every man starts to feel really good about themselves, right? Get a little pep in your step, you poke your chest out a little bit taller, and you're just walking through the world with a little bit more confidence. Now that you have that, go straight to a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym and sign up to start training BJJ. So you're either going to start training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or Muay Thai, boxing, some kind of martial art if you don't already. The purpose of this is that, well, number one, you have a lot of free time on your hands. If you're recently out of a long-term relationship or a relationship of any length of time, all of a sudden, all the time that you would have been spending with your girlfriend or talking to her, texting her, chatting with her, or even just thinking about her or making plans for things that y'all were going to do together, all of that is dead space. You need to figure out a way to fill that time, not just kill that time, because laying on the couch, watching YouTube videos like this one, and hit the like button if you like videos like this, but lying on your couch, watching YouTube videos, TikTok, Instagram, reading old text message threads, looking at old pictures of y'all together, that's just going to make you more depressed. So those types of activities are going to send you into a downward spiral, whereas if you start kind of getting out of the house, staying busy, making new connections, making new friends, rebuilding your identity, you'll start to go on an upward spiral and feel incrementally just a little bit better. Number two thing that you do is go sign up for training any type of martial art. In my most recent breakup, I started training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and look, nothing is going to make me feel as good as I would feel if my girlfriend came back, which, I mean, we can debate whether or not I even want her back at this point, but nothing is really going to heal that pain other than time and just staying busy. When you join a martial arts gym, boxing, Muay Thai, things like that, you start to fill the empty space after work. That was the hardest thing for me, is coming home after work and the house is quiet. My phone's dry. Like I have no plans to go hang out with my girlfriend like I usually would have when we were together. So now, instead of just kind of sitting around the house looking at the four walls, I change and I go to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm rolling around, I'm expending energy, I'm learning new things, I'm meeting new people, and this is what I want for you. So pick a martial art and start training your martial art. This is the first probably 2 weeks after your breakup. Maybe you give yourself a week to just feel really sad, be down, be in your feelings, and then the second week, we got to start making moves. The third thing that you need to do is start getting back on dating apps as soon as you feel ready. So obviously a lot of you guys are going to be like, I just want my girl back. And I get that, but we don't have any control over that. You have no control over whether or not this girl will come back. And the best chance you have of her coming back is when you kind of stop thinking about it, when you just forget about it completely. So you're going to get back on dating apps. Now you got a fresh new haircut, maybe take some new pictures. Ask a woman in your life. Ask a female friend, coworker, cousin, sister, somebody in your life to help you choose the best pictures. When I look at men's dating profiles, you guys choose some of the shittiest pictures and just the worst prompts and the worst. It's like you will never get a match. You could be a pretty decent looking guy, and if your dating app doesn't promote you or present you in a very attractive light, you will not get matches and not make connections with people. Get back on dating apps. Choose some good pictures. Stay positive in the prompts. Ask a woman to look at it and say, hey, what do you think about this? Or ask a man that you know, a coworker, a friend, a cousin. Ask a man that you know that is very successful on dating apps what he thinks about the profile. And just start going on dates. Start swiping, start chatting to women, and start going on dates. During my most recent breakup, which is right now, I've been swiping on dating apps and going on dates. And not all of the women that I've been, meeting and going, grabbing coffee, grabbing a few drinks with are like 100% my physical ideal woman. But all of them have been cool, have been nice, have been friendly, have been fun people to connect with. And just kind of the habit of coming home from work, taking a shower, getting cleaned up, putting a clean shirt on, going out to dinner or drinks. Stop! No. Just the action of coming home from work, getting out of the house, getting cleaned up and going to drinks or going for a walk or coffee has been nice. Like anything is better. The number one thing you don't want to do is lie around in your bed looking at old pictures of you and your ex-girlfriend. Get out of the house. Go on dates. Even if the girls aren't like hot to you or 10s out of 10s to you, as long as they're cute and fun, you probably can have a good time. Just focus on being present to the moment, being there, showing her a good time, being respectful, making her laugh, and just connecting with another human being. The fourth thing you got to do is start working more. Thank God for work. So all of a sudden you have all this free time on your hands and nobody to spend it with. You're going to be training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, going on a couple dates from dating apps, and work more. Start picking up extra shifts on the weekend. Start staying late to work on projects. Really pour yourself into your job. And if you don't like your job very much, pour yourself into your job as much as possible and also into finding a better job or something that suits you better. You have nothing on your hands but time and energy, and use that time to better yourself. The purpose of this channel is to help guys turn their breakup into the best thing that ever happened to them. And so in order to make this the best thing that ever happened to you, if you start training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, if you get cleaned up and get a nice haircut and a fresh shave, if you go on dating apps and meet a woman who's maybe even more compatible with you, prettier, younger, hotter, sexier, more down than your ex-girlfriend, that's the only thing that's really going to improve your life and make you look back on this moment right here, this day, and you think, okay, that was the day that my life turned around. Where you can ultimately, genuinely say, I'm glad that woman broke up with me. I'm glad she broke up with me because none of this would have happened. The fifth and final thing that you do is start planning a trip. I want you to have something in your future that you can look forward to. So this could be something depending on your budget, where you're at in life, whatever. This could be maybe a weekend camping trip, to a neighboring state. Maybe you're like, hey, I'm going to check out this national park in the next state over, 4-hour drive from your house. Or if you want to do something on a different scale, maybe you go to Europe or Australia or, California or skiing in Whistler or Japan. Choose something that you have always wanted to do that you never got around to. The number one thing, if you're a guy that just got out of a relationship, is you will find out that you have so much more money. When my last relationship ended, which was just about over a month ago, I have realized, I look at my bank account, I'm like, God, there's so much money in here. The last time that I got paid, I was like, wow, again? They're paying me again? Because I haven't been with my ex-girlfriend, I haven't been buying dinners, I haven't been taking her here and there. I've gone on a couple of drinks dates, grabbing ramen dates with women, going to play pool, really cheap, like $40, $50 evenings. But I wasn't really pouring money into a relationship the way that you do when you're with a woman, or at least that I do, a lot of guys do. So take some of that extra money, and now that you're working more, you should have more money from work, and start planning a trip, like a really fun trip that you're going to be excited about 2 or 3 months in advance or 6 months in advance. Hey, I'm going to go snowboarding in Japan in February. Or you're going on a surfing trip in Hawaii or a climbing trip, somewhere. It could be even in New Mexico or in the United States. You can go, I'm going to go sailing in Lake Michigan. Plan a really cool trip that's going to take you, number one, time to plan. Number two, it's going to require money, so you're going to have to work more and find like side hustles and things that you do to pay for the trip. And number three, it gives you something to think about, to plan for. Oh, hey, I'm doing this, I'm going to do this. You're going to research places to stay, things to do while you're there, places to eat, flights and plane tickets and train tickets and driving routes if within the U.S. and you're driving. It can be on whatever scale you want it to be in, right? A 4-hour drive from your house or a 14 or 16-hour flight on the other side of the world. Something that's going to excite you and make you really happy. Okay, these are my 5 unhinged tips from bouncing back from a breakup. I got so tired of watching these videos that are just like, meditate, cry on your pillow, go to therapy. And all of those things are good and they do work. But if you want to instantly feel better, it's about, as a man, you have to take action. Just crying on your pillow, just reading books about relationships, and I got some good ones that I want to recommend in future videos, is really not going to help. Okay, if you like this type of content, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below your favorite tip from bouncing back from a breakup. Thanks for watching this, guys. See